How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. Second one today, actually. So, again, we're going to be talking about the Rex Matriarchs, of course, but it's going to be a different video to the one that we had earlier, which was talking about the AFK sort of thing you can do, the safe spot, basically, for the melee Rex. So, in this video, instead, we're going to be talking about whether I think these are worth doing, my overall thoughts on them, and at the beginning as well, I figured, you know what, you guys may enjoy having a little bit of a laugh at the first time I came in here, basically. So I will show you what happened on the stream when I came in and tried the bosses out for the first time, my first impressions and all of my deaths pretty much. So hopefully you'll get a little bit of enjoyment out of that. But then later on, I'll also go over my entire thoughts on these bosses. So what are we waiting for? Here's what happened on stream, and here is what happened when I first came into these bosses. Ah, it's here. You literally come outside and everyone went down there, look, and it's literally here. Right. All right, are we ready? Let's see how this goes, shall we? Wait a second. Did I not just make an instance? Create a custom instance. Right, okay, here we go. Right, can we see... Oh, they're not spawned yet. Can we see who's who quite easily? So, that's the melee one, that's the range one, and that's the magic one. So we're going to want to start with magic. Let's go. We'll just take one at a time for now. But it looks like you could probably flick his attacks quite easily. Oh, he's doing something here. Oh, okay. Frick was that? Freedom this, I assume. Wait, is there a fire somewhere? Ah, here we go. Right, so there was a fire before, I just missed it. So he'll put something on the ground that you can use to clear that with. I just missed it last time, apparently. Don't go in the flames if you're not frostbitten. Only go in if you're frostbitten, I think. Oh, we don't have a look at the dwarves with us. That's unfortunate. I should get that. Okay, first kill. Do we get... How does the drops work? Where's the drops? Look at that. Okay, so let's see what you get. I think note paper is going to be worth bringing here, right? So 106k per kill. Right, so now we move on to this guy. I'm assuming we stay out of that. It doesn't look very good, does it? I'd Zerk, but I just want to see what his abilities do first before I Zerk. Because if I Zerk now... he's going to do something that'll one-hit me, and that doesn't sound like a fun thing to me. Uber heal? Do you have to do something with those pulls then? Don't go in the... Don't go in the poison. So what was the Uber heal then? How are they? The first one, the melee one, was easy. This one seems to have a bigger DPS check, unless I'm missing something. And my melee gear really isn't good. So I think I'm probably not going to bother with this one after this kill. Okay, so we should be this guy should be dead now. Okay, so more dragon stones. Might as well pick some stuff up while we can. We'll go back to the mage one. Oh, nice, ceramic scale. The loot from these isn't too bad by the look of it. Alright, let's have a look at this. I will see what spec this guy has. That doesn't look good. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. What is this? I don't know what this is, but I'm going to res at the end. Okay. Am I meant to be in this? No, get out of it. Don't be in that. How can they go from this one, barely doing anything, to this one be in this? It just attacked me with range. So that mage one's weird. Okay, I'm not going to bother prayer flicking. I'm going to get off of that because that looks dangerous. I think they're going to go in, right? So they make that line and they go back in along that line. So stay off the line, basically. This guy attacks with range as well. Oh, no, 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 no. That's magic. I'm trying to see if he does a different animation for range. That's range. Okay, so he does. He spins when he uses range. DPS will come. We'll get DPS once we figure out the mechanics. And now what we're going to get. We're going to get a drop this kill, watch. Calling it. Or not. Onyx bolt tips though. Not bad. So that was just a bit of my first impressions here and basically what happened. Of course, I did die a few times. That was bound to happen. It's brand new bosses and whatnot, so absolutely expected. But of course, it's the combat week, so there's literally no problem with that. Everything's absolutely free for deaths at the moment. So it's all fun and games. But anyway, let's just talk about these bosses. Let me give you my thoughts on these bosses and, well, are they worth doing basically? So I think that the fact that you can kill these bosses with pretty much no food once you get the hang of it, you can just leave Soul Split on and be pretty much absolutely fine throughout killing these. Maybe not so much with the magic one, but I'm sure that you can probably figure it out and get used to the mechanics a lot better where you can actually do that as well. However, with the melee one and the range one, you can absolutely no food these. And obviously once you're no longer getting hurt by the mechanics and dying to those, the cost of killing them is actually really, really low. It seems that you're getting about 110 to 115k-ish per kill. At least that's what I noticed when I was killing them. Each one only really has about 3 mechanics each, and once you get used to them, it's really not that hard to do. The range one uses poison pools on the ground. If you stand in these, you will take a little bit of damage, but you will absorb them. You do want to do this, as if you don't, once you get further into the kill, he will absorb these and it will be an uber heal for him. So you want to make sure that you absorb those and then just basically DPS him down. The melee one, his main special attack is basically just he spins around as a tornado. This will hit for magic damage, so you want to flick to magic protect when he does this. And for the rest of the kill, you just want to soul split. Once you get hit by that tornado, you're going to get like an icicle over your screen, and this will slow down your global cooldown basically. So you won't be able to fire up abilities as fast. Using freedom or using anticipate does not stop this, it doesn't remove it either. So you're going to have to wait until he does his next special attack, which will be to spin around again, and he will spawn maybe 3 fire pits on the ground. Walk to one of these fire pits or bladed dive to it, and once you are on it, as long as you are frostbitten, you will be absolutely fine, but you will clear the frostbite as well. If you stand on these in the future of the kill, so if he does it again and it spawns under you, or if you stand on it again, you will take a lot of damage. So what I suggest doing is when he spins around, just pray for melee and wait for them to spawn. If one is underneath you, just step off of it, and if they're not, then change back to Soul Split. Other than that though, there is not really anything else to look out for on this boss either. The third one, which is the one I probably struggled with the most, which was the magic one. This one is probably the more difficult one in my opinion, but it does have a few mechanics to mention. So the first thing is he will attack with magic and with range. When he uses the magic attack, you can clearly see it. It's like a little ball of light flying towards you. And then every now and again, he will spin around. And when he spins, he'll fire out a range hit. So make sure you flick to range for that attack. Otherwise, his mechanics are, he will shoot out 3 lines of like smoke trails towards you, and you want to be off of those lines, as at the end of them, he will summon 3 sort of electrical storms, I guess, and those will go back towards him. They will follow the exact line that they did when they sort of fired out along the ground and go directly back to the boss. If you get caught in this, you will take a lot of damage. Trust me, there's a lot of damage. As you saw in the beginning bit of the video, it can hit pretty hard. After this, you'll get a bar above your head going down to nothing, and once it does empty, you'll have like a big massive light beam spawn and you'll get a surge of power. What this will do is add extra magic damage to your attacks. So if you're using range, of course you will be on this boss, you will still get extra magic bonus damage on the boss, so don't worry about switching or anything. But the only other thing is, do not stand in this beam of light, as it will do a frick ton of damage to you. Another thing to add with this beam of light is it will make your surge cooldown like pretty much non-existent. You can fly around very, very quickly with this, and it's kind of a lot of fun. Otherwise, just keep an eye out for the range spin attack and just DPS this down. Keep an eye out for the big beams of light, and basically just don't go into the light. If you go into the light, you could take a lot of damage, and that's probably what's going to kill you. Okay, so that's the quick sort of rundown of how these bosses work. Like I said, they're really not that difficult to do once you understand the mechanics. However, there is something I wanted to mention to include whether I think these bosses are worth it or not. The drops that you get from this boss are around about, like I said, 120k for commons, and the rares don't seem that uncommon to get. In the first maybe hour of me doing this on stream, there was 2 or 3 people that I saw personally, my own friends, that got these drops. So they're definitely not uncommon drops, and they're definitely something that I think is probably going to be fairly cheap in the long run as well. But already at the moment, they are selling around about 10 to 20 mil, I believe, of making this video. The prices could have drastically changed by now, but at the time of recording this, they're between 10 and 20 mil, depending on which items they are. So you're not going to be coming here like at Raksha and making a nice 1 bill or a few hundred mil in like a few hours of grinding this boss out. You'll be able to probably make some consistent money. I think these bosses are going to be consistent money makers. We'll have to wait and see. But overall, I think these bosses are probably going to be worth doing. If you are looking for your absolute best outcome of money, then if you're a higher level player, there's a hell of a lot of better things you could be doing. But for the mid to high level and the sort of mid-level players that want to do this and are definitely getting into PvM, these bosses are worth checking out. They've got some fun mechanics. They're quite enjoyable to do. It won't get too boring, I would say, seeing as, you know, you're changing from one to the other. It can definitely teach you to get used to doing some prayer flicks and stuff like that. So I think these bosses do bring a lot to the table, and I think that they're probably worth doing. But that's just my opinion. What do you guys think? Jump in the comments, let me know if you thought that these bosses are worth doing as well, whether you think they will still be worth doing in maybe a few weeks or a few months time, and I'll be very interested to see what you guys think. But anyway, I'm probably not going to be doing too much more of these bosses, as I feel like there is better ways to be making some money and progress in my account. But what about you? Are you going to be spending quite a lot of time here? I'd be very interested to find out that too. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to end the video here. There's not really much more to talk about, so if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like on it. If you are new and you enjoyed, then do subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all in the next one. See you later, guys. Bye. I just wanted to say a huge thank you to my current channel members. We have Maka, Sam, GriffoTubes and Andy V. Thank you all so much for your extra support. I really do appreciate it. And if anyone else is interested in the perks that these guys do get for being a channel member, then click the join button, buy that subscribe button, and have a look and see what you can get for yourselves. Again, thank you all guys so much.